who does Taro replace, or is he just?
Zadina and Chason are both unavailable. Zadina could be a long-term issue, and I think Chason hopefully be available to us on Thursday.
A long-term, you just miss the rest of the season.
Could potentially be correct, yes.
And
How much do you feel for Zadina in light of what he's been through and coming back and trying to be the player that everybody wants him to be and he's hoping to be? And
Yeah, of course you're sensitive to it. I think obviously there's a pressure there, and at the same time, when your body just isn't helping you out through injury, but it's part of the process. I give him credit. I talked last time when he came back, he worked very hard to get back. And I don't think it's anything serious. I think it's something underlying from that original injury and surgery. So it's something they think they need to take care of, that it makes sense for him to potentially miss some time here.
How different, I know this is more of a management decision on things and doctors, but how different are these decisions when a team is trying to plan? When you're in Tampa the past couple of years, I'm sure if somebody has something, you're like, okay, can we make it through X amount of months? And now it's, how can we make sure we have the best spot for October?
I just think it's a reality. Yeah. I think a lot of bodies you've seen out of the lineup of late, literally 4 to 5 to maybe 6 of them probably relate to that. What makes more sense on the long term and the big picture than where we are right now.
What's the read on Taro then down there in Grand Rapids?
Their best player by far. Actually, to management's credit, when we've had all these injuries and we've had all these call-ups, there was a part of them that wanted Taro to be the guy because of his play, and some of it came down to just positional. Zarnik being a center, Luff being a bigger wing. So timing's perfect. He's got 53 points down there. Any game in number, if you combine their top 6 points over the last 20 games, they wouldn't combine what he's done there, which speaks volumes for him. So it's warranted, it's time, and great for him. I'm excited to see him. Hopefully gives a little spark.
A guy like that who can be kind of a difference maker on the power play, but obviously has a rep in your power play. Do you throw him right in? Or
probably not tonight. We talked about it. I just think not getting any reps. I know it's a bad taste in our mouth. We went 0 for 7 the other day, but the power play has been pretty good of late. So we're going to let him just concentrate on his 5-on-5 game. He's going to be in our top 9, getting some decent minutes, hopefully. So maybe in time here, but we'll see how it plays out.
With young guys like Mazur and Wallander signing their entry-level deals this week and getting a look in Grand Rapids, I don't know how much you'll actually be able to watch them, but how important is that for the organization to get a look at them?
I think it's very important. It's important for the organization. It's important for the players, too. Yeah. Pro hockey is a lot different. No matter what they think they're getting into, it's going to be an experience. And I just think it's part of the process. I'll be watching just curiosity, seeing these guys in development camp, obviously having a connection with Denver and David Carl and watching them closely. I feel pretty familiar with the players, so I'm very curious and I'll be tuning in.
Do you get a lot of time to pay attention to the guys that are in Sweden or playing in the SHL?
Not really. I think just a reality. We always keep an eye on it. Our unique situation, Dwayne Blaze is part of our everyday process here, and he works with prospects, so he'll show us clips at times, he'll show us little things. So of course you're keeping an eye on it, but especially where we are, we're trying to build, we're trying to grow as an organization, but yeah, a little time on it.
With that being said, trying to build and grow as an organization, what are the most important things for you to see from your group these final 10?
Just habits. I think we're very realistic on where we're at. I've stopped looking at our lineup versus their lineup before the game because it gets me extremely depressed. It's just the reality of it. Trade, we literally have flipped out 12 different players in our starting goalie from where we were 3 weeks ago, a month ago. But I think habits, the last game was a perfect example. We didn't give up much to Philly. Literally on game 8 or 9 chances, but we gave up these egregious odd mans over sloppy turnovers. Play the right way. Don't give up easy offense. Give yourself a chance. And I think that's some of the points we'll be emphasizing, and just our young guys wanting a lot out of them, holding them accountable in their individual game too.
Somewhat piggybacking off of that, we've talked about staying level-headed through the highs and lows. How do you shake the frustration of having like a completely different lineup and guys in and out of lineup with injuries?
I just think it's the reality of it. Even the way our approach is with the staff. We want to stay upbeat. We want to have small internal little goals. Of where we're at, just the reality of it. So I think that's maybe a little bit different approach than where we were pushing and holding the group accountable in their play earlier. But at the same time, keeping a picture on the big picture, keeping an eye on the big picture of playing the right way, doing the right thing. As we talk about how many guys we've turned around, we were a completely different lineup, we still have some really key core pieces working through this.
As with the two guys signing this week, just in your coaching experience, what are some of the hurdles that a guy coming from Europe sees when he first comes to the AHL and a guy coming from college, and are they sort of similar, or are they, there's something to say?
I'd probably say a little bit similar. Obviously, the SHL is a pro league. You're playing against men. It's just less time and space. There's just the reality of it. A forechecks on top of you immediately. I just think you have to play a little more faster, and you can do that, speed through the puck. You can do that with different habits. I just think your habits change, your attention to detail has to change, and it's a natural process everyone has to go through. And I'm excited those guys are getting their feet wet now.
It's Lucas Raymond's 21st birthday. What do you remember about your 21st birthday?
Wow, that's I think I told my parents I had my first beer, and they knew where I grew up, a little bit different era and culture. They knew that was probably about 6 years earlier in northern New York. So it's a long ways away. I don't remember much.
Hey, Derek, when you look at Pitt and the way their big three is still playing, does that kind of surprise you a little bit?
No. Special. I mean, just the scout, doing the scout. You look at your 3 games back. The impact they had on the Colorado game, a must-win for them, how they've been playing. No, I mean, those are world-class players. Is it the same motor every single night through 82 games? Of course not. But world-class difference makers, just pros, know how to manage their game. Even watching them in the exhibition season, just those pros getting just what they needed in the exhibition, and then being ready. We're going to see them twice. I think this is a great challenge for us. This is what a playoff team pushing looks like. This is what a superstar looks like. I think it's going to be a pretty good experience for our guys.
Are you going to use Edmondson tonight against those guys?
No, not Edmondson tonight. He's not going to be in tonight. Just managing. He's got games left. Just where he's going to be at.
You've talked a lot about just the quiet leadership in the dressing room. As a coaching staff, how do you guys facilitate communication, or has that been more the players to kind of embrace that?
No, we talk about it all the time. We're constantly meeting with our leadership group, even within this stretch, what we ask for our guys, staying upbeat, examples in their game. I think that's part of the growth of team and organization.
We often hear about those big guys in Pittsburgh elevating their teammates, and I'm sure you could point to guys in Tampa that when it comes to a big name player, superstar player elevating teammates, is it just by example, or what are the things that you've seen firsthand where guys like that elevate their?
I think example on the ice, habits on the ice, but I think them being a pro around the arena, how they handle themselves in practice, their approach in practice, how they handle themselves in their recovery, their habits. I think they're all great examples.
Have you made a goalie decision for tonight?
Got Neto back in, and I'm excited about it. Basically with Billy out, we want a situation. I see both those guys getting a lot of the net, and if you play well, you'll get the net again. I kind of want to make it like that, and Neto was very good the other night.